Let's find the greatest common factor between the numbers 8, 10, and 3. To find the greatest common factor between numbers, the first thing we want to do is use prime factorization to factor each one of our original numbers into its prime factors. So let's start with the largest number, 10. 10 is 2 times 5, and 2 and 5 are both prime. So we factor 10 into its prime factors. Great. Now let's look at 8. 8 is 2 times 4. 2 is prime, but 4 is not. So we need to factor 4. 4 is 2 times 2. So 8 can be factored into the prime factors 2 times 2 times 2. Now for 3. 3 is already prime. So its prime factor is 3. Now we found all the prime factors of each one of our original numbers. In step 2, we want to look back at all of these prime factors and pick out any common factors among them. So let's look at just the right side of our equal sign. Well, between 10 and 8, we have a common factor of 2. 5 doesn't have any common factors because there is no 5 in the factors of 8 or 3. Same thing for these 2's. We don't have any 2's left in our other factors. And since 3's only factor is 3, there is no common factor. We don't have any 3's in the factors of 10 or 8. So now we're done with step 2. In step 3, we want to take the common factors and write each one of them once. In this case, to be a common factor, it has to be a number that is shared by all 3 of our original numbers. Well, 2 is a common factor between 10 and 8, but it's not a common factor between all 3 numbers because there is no 2 in the factorization of 3. So in this case, we do not have a common factor among these 3 numbers. If you get a case like this, where you don't have a common factor, then the greatest common factor between the numbers is 1, because 1 is contained in all numbers. We can multiply 1 by any number, and we get the same number. So here, we can multiply a 1 on each one of the factored forms of our original numbers, and when we multiply them back together, we still get our original numbers 10, 8, and 3. Here now, we have a greatest common factor of 1.